What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome back to the mobile gaming recap for the final week of October. Before we get started, once again, today's video is sponsored by the Red Magic, but this time the Red Magic 3S, the newest version of the Red Magic platform. Everything that you enjoyed in the previous version of the Red Magic, this time with the Snapdragon 855 Plus processor. So if you are interested in a brand new gaming phone, please do so using my referral link in the description below. Let's get started. Get you one. So starting today's episode off is the biggest global release this week, King of Fighters All-Star. Now this is a brand new fighting game slash brawler slash action RPG slash side-scrolling beat 'em up slash hero collectors, all kinds of things wrapped up in a King of Fighters skin. And in my opinion, this game is a breath of fresh air. It's very rare for me to recommend mobile games to my friends that don't normally play mobile titles, but this one I don't feel bad. And the reason for that, now this is gonna sound a little funny, and it shouldn't sound funny, but it will. It feels as if the developers tried to make a good game. Now, maybe mobile game players are not going to find that funny, but you would think that all developers making a game are trying to make a good game, but sometimes in mobile, it don't feel that way. But for this one, you can feel the quality, you can feel the production value. The characters in this game are very well modeled. They should be. They've been making these same characters since the 90s. You better have it down, SNK, Netmarble, whoever's responsible. So very great character variety, and we haven't even seen like a glimpse of all of the characters that are going to be coming to this game. I don't want to provide any spoilers in this video, but let's just say in 6 months to a year, our roster is going to look so different with so many characters to come. And it doesn't just stop there with the characters, because lots of hero collectors can do characters well. How about background variety? How about enemy variety? How about unique soundtrack? How about loading screens that don't take forever? Digimon, how about that? How about a real mobile game that you can play mobile? You can pop it up, you can spend 5-10 minutes in it and actually get something done, put it in your pocket, and go home, make a sandwich, do whatever you want to do. This is all in King of Fighters All-Star. So I highly recommend playing this title. Even if you're not interested in it, I still say give it a try, because this is gonna be like hashtag I'm 14 and this is deep, but stick with me here. This doesn't really have a lot to do with King of Fighters. I'm gonna try to spin it around, but no promises. I feel like this game is the small turning point. This is not the thing that completely is going to change mobile around. Not this. It's not going to be just one game, but this is the beginning of the turning point in mobile. And what I mean by that is games like this and many more to come. You know, Riot is making a bunch of new games as well. Games like King of Fighters. These are going to be the games that are going to suck all of the air out of the room. And what I mean by that is you're not going to be able to put out a game like Soul Seeker R in an environment where you have like Black Desert Mobile, League of Legends, Wild Fury, whatever that game is called, King of Fighters. You're not going to be able to put out a game in that environment and hope to be successful. Right? I'm not saying that the days are over for crappy mobile games. That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is those crappy mobile games are going to come out and they're going to shut down even faster now, because games like this are raising the bar. And let me tell you something about the bar, ladies and gentlemen. It don't go back down. It only goes up. Right? So if we keep supporting games like this, if developers keep making games like that or like this, the bar is going to continue to raise and we're not going to look back anymore. And we're already starting to see this shift little by little. Like I said, this game is not going to completely turn the car around, but right now a little shift, just a little bit of a shift. We're not in first gear yet, but we're almost about to shift. Vin Diesel, we're on our way. And we've already kind of seen this in the industry. You see Nexon shutting down all of these games, right? We see things like Pokemon Masters just absolutely struggling. They're like, wait a minute. We put out a Pokemon game. Why are we not printing money with minimal effort? Why can't we put out half effort and get full money? What is going on, YouTube? Those times are coming to an end, and we're already seeing it, like I said, with Nexon, with Pokemon Masters, even like in the PC and console market, right? You see Bethesda absolutely struggling with Fallout 76. They can't get positive press for that game to save their life, but then here comes Outer Worlds saying, time to raise the bar on you, Bethesda. The same thing with titles from, so we just talked about Bethesda, same thing with like BioWare and stuff like that. The BioWare name doesn't mean anything anymore. You actually have to put out a good game. So I'm not sure, like I said, I feel like the turning point is coming. I feel like 2020 is going to be an absolutely incredible year for mobile, but it's just the beginning. We're not there yet, but I can see the light. I can see the light. In the very end, it's Robert Garcia smiling with a gold chain, a bunch of hot cars and hot women waiting for you. That is King of Fighters All-Star. I told you I would try to bring it back around. Not that good though. King of Fighters All-Star, I highly recommend it. Download it today. Now, with all that being said, Bandai is the #1 company that I hope gets affected by everything I said in the previous little segment there. They probably won't, because Bandai is the home of some amazingly, incredibly strong IPs. But hey, so is Pokemon. That was a strong IP too, so one can wish. Here we are, Digimon ReArise, aka Loading Screen Simulator 2019, and believe it or not, as much trash as I'm talking about Digimon ReArise, let me tell you something about talking trash about anything. You only talk trash about things that deep inside you kind of care about, right? You don't talk trash about things that don't matter. I actually liked Digimon ReArise. As a person that doesn't care a thing about the IP or the franchise, I didn't grow up with it. I can't even name a single Digimon. Agumon, I got one. So I'm very low tier when it comes to being a fan of Digimon, but I actually enjoyed this title. Digivolving all of my Digimon was a ton of fun, but unfortunately, with all that fun FG was having Digivolving his little Digimon, Bandai did everything in its power to make me dislike this game. Like, it's their fault, not mine. I was trying to play the game. Digimon was trying to get me in this game. Digimon was trying to create new fans. And that's like the #1 reason why you put out games like this based on popular franchises. It's nostalgia for current fans, and it's designed to kind of create new fans as well. And like I said, Bandai did everything in its power to not make that happen. Loading Screen Simulator 2019 is just the beginning, because once you actually get down to it in this game, it's devoid of any real fun content at all. Like, the most fun that you're gonna have in this game is clicking the Digivolve button. That is it. Every event in this game is going to just basically fall down into one category: spamming class battles over and over and over and over again. And let me tell you something, it's not fun, it's not streamlined, the UI is not really set up for it, it's just a chore. This game feels like you have to kind of tread through all of the chore-y things that Bandai set in front of you in order to get to the fun stuff. And that's really unfortunate, because I feel like there was a good degree of effort put into this game in certain aspects, and it's a shame that, once again, Bandai, in their quest to put out half effort for full money. That is the Bandai motto, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I really hope 2020 and 2021 Bandai gets hit the hardest, and maybe they change their tune. But the thing with Bandai is they would much rather put out 5 half-effort games to make their money, as opposed to putting out 2 really intense high-effort games. Like, they have no desire to put out high-quality titles, and it really is unfortunate. But unfortunately, they have the IPs. They hold all the cards. If you want to play with some of the most iconic anime characters in existence, you gotta play on Bandai's field. So it's a little unfortunate, but hey, one can hope. What does any of this have to do with Digimon, FG? I don't know. We're off on a tangent in this episode, but I promise we're gonna bring it back. Digimon ReArise, Loading Screen Simulator 2019. I don't really recommend playing this title, even for Digimon fans. You're not gonna, at the end of the day, you're just gonna be burned out. It's not gonna be a bunch of fun, and you're gonna spend guaranteed 48.2% of your time staring and flipping through loading screens, guaranteed. So moving on over to Dragon Champions. Now, thus far in this episode of the Mobile Gaming Recap, I have been talking a whole heck of a lot, but all of a sudden, FG don't have much to say about Dragon Champions, believe it or not. So I covered this game. I felt it was a bog standard, by the numbers hero collecting experience with below average character models, and I left it at that. And normally, even if I don't like a game, I can kind of feel when a game is going to be popular with a different audience. Even if I'm not in that audience, I can tell, you know what, people are going to really like this game. Well, let me tell you something. FG Spider Senses did not go off for this one. Right now, I feel like that Principal Skinner meme where I'm like, am I out of touch? Maybe I am. Maybe it's time to pack up channel FG because I no longer know what I'm talking about. I no longer know what's good in the mobile industry because this one completely blindsided me. I am still flabbergasted. I am bewildered. I am confused, ladies and gentlemen. I can't think of any more synonyms, but there you go. So, people are really liking this game. Every time I turn around, this game keeps on creeping up and up and up on the highest grossing charts, and I still cannot explain it. I still don't see the appeal, but this game is going crazy on YouTube. A lot of YouTubers that I watch that cover games like Raid Shadow Legends, Marvel Strike Force, AFK Arena, Age of Magic, like a lot of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, a lot of YouTubers that I watch, a lot of YouTubers that I respect and are entertained by are dropping ship and jumping over to this game, and I'm like, what is going on? YouTube? I still don't get it. I do not understand it. Let me take it to the next level. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this. This is not a common thing for YouTubers to do. There are multiple YouTubers, not just one, not just two, not just three, four at least. I could name right now, but I'm not gonna do it. At least 4 YouTubers I know have started dedicated Dragon Champions YouTube channels. You know how into a game you gotta be to make a dedicated channel for one game? I don't know. Consider me completely wrong on this title or completely right. I have no idea, but once again, I don't have to like everything. I play games that I wish you guys did, but you don't want to play Gate 6. You don't want to play Attack on Titan Tactics. So maybe this is their Gate 6. Maybe, quite possible. But Dragon Champions overall was not impressed by it. You know me, man. You know my motto. Hero collector is only as fun as the heroes that you can collect, and these heroes just didn't do for me. Didn't do it. Maybe in the future, now that they have a lot more cash flow coming into the game, maybe they can kind of improve, redo some of the prior models that they started off with. Maybe then I will kind of take a look at the game 6 months to a year down the road. But for right now, I don't get it. I don't get it. Try it yourself. I don't know. So the next title up is Mirage Memorial, a brand new waifu hero collector with an old school feel. This game reminded me a lot of Shikigami Myth that we covered on the last episode of the Mobile Gaming Recap, and they pretty much share the same exact blueprint, right? Let's take an old school hero collector design with waifus, we'll pair it up with some high quality 2D art. Combat models are either going to be chibi or pint size. Combat for the most part is going to be hands off autoplay. In this game, it's even worse because the combat sound effects are absolutely atrocious. I cannot believe how bad the sound effects in this game sound. It's 2019 Mirage Memorial. The bar done raised. Didn't you hear my memo about 8 minutes earlier in the video? The bar's raised. Where you at? So, combat sound effects are terrible. Another beef I had with the game is that all the gameplay modes kind of blended in together. They felt very, very samey, and that's kind of how a lot of these old school hero collectors kind of played, some new school ones as well. I see ya. So through and through, in my opinion, pretty forgettable experience. It doesn't really take long to jump in, try out the game, do a few summons, check out what you can see, but I really don't think you're gonna be playing this game in a month or so. You might not even be playing it anymore right now. I know I'm not. Mirage Memorial. So the next title up is Last Cloudia, a brand new JRPG first, hero collector second experience on mobile that I think is absolutely stellar. From the amazing soundtrack to the fantastic 3D combat locales to the love it or hate it nostalgic 2D pixel art to the once again love it or hate it arc system. So I'm not going to go into extreme detail on what the arc system is. Basically, you equip arcs to your character. Those arcs then teach your character permanent skills as well as passive. So you can have a hot waifu and I can have a hot waifu, and you can make yours cast like light and dark skills, and I can make mine cast frost skills, lightning bolts, and heal spells. And we can totally go through different paths, and neither one of us is wrong or right. It's completely up to us on how we create our characters. And there's pretty much next to Zero. I'm gonna just say zero. I don't think there's a single hero collector on mobile right now that affords you that degree of flexibility and individuality when you summon characters in a game. Normally when you get a character in any other type of game like this, the character is pretty much set. You can put equipment on them, but for the most part, if you have a character that shoots fireballs, I get that same character, he's gonna shoot fireballs. And there are a few of kind of skills that are kind of in the Venn diagram where everyone kind of has them, but for the most part, you're wide open and you can kind of create any character that you want in this game, and that is very compelling. And like I said, at the same time, the arc system is this game's strongest strength, and it's also its greatest weakness because not everyone is into that. This is not going to be a game where you are constantly shifting through a whole host of characters and completing content. For the most part, you're going to have a very small, tight-knit party of characters that you're grinding through and teaching new abilities, because trying to teach like 10 characters a bunch of like single abilities is not really a good idea. You're really going to be kind of laser focused on just a small group of characters, giving them all of the resistance that they needed. HP up, defense up, lightning bolts, heals. You're going to be kind of refining that set core team, not really kind of diversifying and making a really large roster, at least not right now, maybe in the future. So like I said, that's the greatest strength and the biggest weakness of Last Cloudia, and of course, it is quite grindy. But hey, I still think this game is worth your time to at least take a look at. When it comes to niche titles like this, I believe that everyone has to at least try it once to see if it appeals to you. The videos don't always do it justice. Reading, reviews on Reddit don't always do it justice. Niche titles need to be experienced because you never know when you are part of that niche, ladies and gentlemen. So that is Last Cloudia. American Dad Apocalypse Soon, aka Fallout Shelter with an American Dad skin. Soul Seeker R is an action RPG hero collector where the heroes that you can collect are actually attack spells and heals. This is the third Soul Seeker, and in my opinion, it's not that big of a jump from any of the other Soul Seekers that we have seen previously. This one for me is a pass. Zombieland Double Tapper, aka Cookie Clicker with the Zombieland skin. This is a movie tie-in cash grab that I can't recommend. However, I can absolutely recommend seeing the actual movie. It was hilarious and I'm absolutely in love with Madison. Skip the game though. So that will do it for all of the recently released titles. Moving on to future releases on the horizon, and one right around the corner. Tomorrow, we will see the release of Spiritwish, and I can't even hide it. FG is extremely hype and excited for this game, and I never, and FG means never, get hype for releases that I can't play or have never played before. Now, I'll get hype once I can play the game, you guys know that, but FG does not care about games that he can't play or has never played before. My useless superhero ability is I can see screenshots, I can see previews, I can see little trailers and things like that, but if I can't play the game, I don't care. I literally do not care. But this game caught my attention, and ever since I saw it reappear back on the Play Store, because you guys know, oh yeah, by the way, spoiler, Nexon, it's Nexon, it's right, come on man, let me have this, please, I know I should know better, I know. It's brought to you by Nexon. So I thought this game had been completely abandoned, and all of a sudden it reappeared on the Play Store, and all of a sudden it's coming out tomorrow, and I know against my better judgment I should not be excited about this title. Of all games to finally be excited for, FG, you choose this one. Why? Let me tell you why. This is a Tree of Savior style MMO experience where instead of controlling just one character, you control 3, and the gacha are different classes that you can change your roster into. And on paper, it just sounds, it intrigues me, man. Let me just be happy for once, come on. So it comes out tomorrow. I'll be there for first impressions. Either I'm gonna be very excited or I'm gonna be very sad. You guys, now I'm on record, you guys know. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for Spiritwish. A little late on this one, but Black Desert Mobile has now officially soft launched in these select countries right here. No word on future country releases, but of course, as soon as I know, you'll know right here on the Mobile Gaming Recap. Speaking of being late, Dan Memo is now officially available in Europe as well, so here's your opportunity to finally jump into Danmachi. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Pretty great experience, give it a shot. Crossing Void's No Wipe Open Beta begins on November 5th. I am hyped for this game, but I did play it, so it doesn't count. See ya there. And now it's time to end the video as we always do with the quick hits, but because I had to talk so long in the beginning of this video, this really has to be some quick hits, so let's go. We're gonna start off with Valiant Force has shut down, Durango has shut down, and Overhit is having a Hatsune Miku collaboration. You gonna come back to the game? Huh? Who knows? Once again, my name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode of the Mobile Gaming Recap. Later.